All right, guys, anytime you're ready, fire away.
Just want to talk about what you want to get accomplished the last 2 weeks to get ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, there's obviously points at stake and positions at stake still for us, and 1 point behind Western there for the 11th spot, and that's something that still is somebody we want to jump over top here down the stretch. And the best thing about our next 4 games is that we do have 3 of the next 4 back here at home. I think that's huge as well, and we want to be able to continue to look at the mistakes we had last weekend and get better and hopefully get on that roll leading into the playoffs.
Has some played well against Notre Dame the last couple of times out. Obviously, we'll try to duplicate that, maybe a little bit better.
Yeah, we were in Notre Dame at the beginning of the year and lost that one on Friday, I think, with 2 seconds left in overtime, and then we came back from being down 2-0 to them in the second night and went up 4-3, and eventually they tied it up 4-4, and we won the shootout there. And it was a good feeling for the team, and obviously an opponent that earlier on in the year we skated with well and had success against. And now in the second half of the year we got to make sure they had the weekend off this past weekend, so I'm sure they're well rested, and we got to be able to execute and perform well in terms of our own systems. And we were watching film with some of the players today, and it's just some of the little things that we need to make sure to take care of. Good sticks, making sure we're not. It's a little thing, but our stops and starts need to be better. We turn a lot here and there, and next thing you know, it's your back's to the play, the D-man's jumping in. So we'll continue to work on them this week, and we got a good hockey team in Notre Dame coming in.
Pretty physical game last Saturday. Are there any guys that got too dinged up? Are they going to be out this weekend, or as far as you know?
No, as far as I know, we're all good. We give a little rest yesterday to Kyle Page. I gave the day off to yesterday, and I'll probably give him the day off today as well. Just blocking some shots and not a lot of minutes, and his physical nature. We'll just give him some rest.
How are the guys doing mentally?
Guys are doing well. It's obviously after Saturday's defeat was physical and emotional strain, and one of the things that we talked about as a team is, and I talked to our captains on Sunday, is we don't separate. We stay together. We stick through the rough times and the tough times together, and that's the biggest thing we need right now from our senior leaders is keeping everybody on track. No one going on an island on their own, and the same as our staff. And it's a game that we want to forget about, and at the end of the day, it's an upsetting loss, and Friday was a lot more hurtful inside than what it is Saturday, as a game being that close and playing that well. That 3-2 game on Friday from a coaching standpoint was a lot more of a heart wrencher, and we want to say Saturday was just more of a disappointment.
How do you get the team to just forget about Saturday and move on to this Friday?
We forget about talking about it from this point on today, and we'll wrap it up quickly today with them, and I'll hit on a few more things I was able to find in the film, and we got to put it right to rest. And again, we can't dwell on what has happened in the past, and no different in the game. You try to tell them as players, whatever happens the shift before, it's done with. You got to move on with it and continue to improve and continue to get better. And that's what we're going to plan on doing today. We're going to pump up our Notre Dame pre-scout today, give them the lowdown on them from the last time they played, and try to shake things up a little bit differently in our approach, and give it to them a little bit earlier, at least a day earlier here today. We're going to go over it with them.
Watching Phil and Notre Dame, are they a better club now than they were when you played them?
They're a team right now that they had the tough weekend against Western, where Western went in and I think Western got shot pretty bad in the series, but they managed to muster up 11 goals on them. So, obviously they're coming off a time where they're upset, they're angry, they want to play better, and they're a team that they roll 4 lines pretty well. They're a good-sized team. They're very good on their special teams. Their power play always seems to be clicking. Their penalty kill is probably one of the best out there in terms of the way they pursue the puck and how aggressive they are. And, they're going to come in here prepare. They want to move up in the standings. They're in a cluster right now for that. Even though they're 10th, they can still catch 4th. And so they're right there. There's points on the line this weekend for both teams, so it should be an exciting weekend.
This past weekend kind of seemed like Miami came out real hard and fast those first 5 minutes. How do you get your players to take that kind of intensity in those first part of the game?
Well, I think we, throughout the course of the year, it was just, we've came out hard at times and really got on teams. And, the biggest thing that happened there on Friday, they came out in the first, 5 minutes of that game. And I thought, they did skate better than us and they did take it to us. And like I said, I'm not sure if I can pinpoint why or that happened to our guys. But, once we settled down, I thought we played with them pretty well for the rest of the night and held a lot of the play at times as well. So it's a matter of competing for the full 60 minutes. We talk about that all the time, is that you can't afford to take a shift off. 30 seconds off could be the difference of winning and losing a game. And if you're called upon to play 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 minutes, those are all important shifts. They're all important minutes for us. And you got to make sure when you're out there, you're doing your best for your teammates and for the team.
You look at the national pounding minutes, and you guys are fourth now. How do you look at that? Because when you watch you guys play, it's not like you're a goon squad.
No, and I just noticed that, and it was something that, we've got caught in the last few games with some 5-minute majors in terms of charging or elbowing or, contact to the head. And, once you get a 5, the 10 comes with it. And it doesn't seem like we go out there and we start, everything, or that we're out there cross-checking guys and, playing undisciplined style of hockey. I think we're doing a good job of controlling our emotions at times. And Saturday obviously got away a little bit there on us. And it was one of those things that, for us to be that high in the penalty minutes, I don't feel like we're up on the penalty kill a lot, to be honest. But like I said, when you bring in a few 5-minute majors and then 10s, and obviously Saturday didn't help us when you get 80-some penalty minutes in the game, that's going to move you right up in the national rankings.
After the way that Andrew Hammond played on Friday, how do you think, with Saturday, do you think that was just one of those freak occurrences where nothing seems to go right, or is there something that he just wasn't as sharp from the get-go?
Yeah, I didn't think neither Andrew nor Nick played well on Saturday. I think if you were to ask them, they'd give you the same answer. It's something that we still have to do a better job. It's not always on them. Defensively, we got to do a better job. Our forwards got to do a better job in the slot, in the D zone, picking up wingers. Our D got to do a better job blocking out and giving room and lanes for goalies to see pucks. And there's a lot that goes into a goal, and obviously you want those ones that are the snapshots from the top of the circles where it may be to be saved. And it just was one of those games that everything they shot seemed to go in. And I think they were 10 goals on 32 shots, which isn't a real good save percentage. But again, our goalies have done a nice job keeping us in the games. And I flip it over sometimes to our players too, saying how nice it would be to give our goalies a 2-3 goal lead, and let them, go into a period, feeling like they're not behind by a goal and everything tightens up on them. So I think it was my hats are off. They shut the puck well, they picked corners well, and I would, however, like to see both those goalies make more saves than what they did in the game.
Anything else, guys?
Good.